Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be doing another project working on fine motor, low dexterity, hand-eye coordination, and we're going to be making a pencil. This is a mechanical pencil. How neat is that? So this is a functional project. So not only are we working on hand-eye coordination with beading this, but we're also going to be working on hand-eye coordination to do the writing with this. So let's get started. You can get a lot of these supplies on Temu, which is where I got them, or Amazon or Hobby Lobby. I will be putting links in the description for the Amazon ones. I'm waiting on Temu to get back on board with the free shipping. If you don't mind paying the local shipping, I did get a whole collection of these from Temu. None of the links really work that much, so I will be linking Amazon. So when we go to bead these, this is not an eraser. You know, it kind of looks like an eraser, but it's not an eraser. When we go to bead these, we're going to hold right here and we're going to hold right here and we're going to twist to take this apart. Sometimes it comes apart here. So, well, oh, maybe not on this one. Maybe some of the other ones come apart here, but this particular one doesn't. So we're going to be beading from here down. I have not lined up my beads, but I am using silicone beads, and we're going to be testing this out live in the moment to see how do these fit on this. I don't want to have, I mean, some projects I have like the beads already figured out, the design already figured out. I do not have the design figured out because I want you to see how I sort of make it work. Now, these are all silicone beads. I have chosen this bead to be my focal bead. I have a whole series of these fun hexagon kind of beads. I love them. I think it's great as a focal bead. I like to keep my beads either in a dish, a bowl, and in this case, this is a box top. Keeps everything from rolling around. If I'm working on my fine motor and my pinchers, I want to be as successful as possible. So being contained in a little container like this is helping me to be as successful as possible. So all of these silicone beads have a squish ability. They're very squishy. I do not recommend these for chewing because this is, well, that one's either a metal or a plastic. This is a metal. This has a lot of plastic components in it. Just be careful. Because I know some people like to chew on them. Don't let little children do that. That's my biggest suggestion. So let's just put a whole bunch of beads on here. Now, for this design, this is going to be white connected with that white. Do I want that? Or do I want that? Yeah, I like that better. Now, you can see my fine motor working on all my pinchers, picking these up and putting them on here. This is a little bit thinner than some of the other projects I've worked on. Some of these you really have to take the silicone bead and really use strength to push it all the way up. These are pretty good. That's the luck of the draw, frankly. So let's hold this and let's take this. I like to take my pinchers again and just pinch and pull it down a smidge. I'm giving this a twist, holding this still, giving this a twist. And then I'm going to grip it right up here, and I'm going to grip right here, and I'm going to turn opposite until it stops. It has stopped. It is fully on there. There's my pencil. Simple, simple, simple. I love it. It's fun and it's easy. Have a whole bunch of beads left to work with. Perfectly fine. I happen to have another one. Let's do a purple one. And in this case, I am just using the lid of my container. So you can see the silicone beads come in all different shapes and sizes. Typically, you get a bunch of this size together. You get a bunch of this size together. These are the squished rondelles. You get a bunch of those together. These are the smaller ones. You don't normally get like a whole collection of different sizes and shapes typically together. We don't need that. Let's take this apart. I think this is coming apart the exact same way. Yep, so we're going to bead from here down. Let's put that one there. I have a whole collection of beads like I showed you here. Let's see what works. I did throw a pink one in there, but I don't know. Let's see. And this is my focal bead, that hexagon one again. Let's do that. Let's do that because that one matches the pen. And then I can come here with this. Perfect. It comes to the end of the serrated parts right there. There's a little bit of wiggle room left, but I'm okay with this. So I'm going to hold this. I don't need to pull these beads back because there's plenty of space. Let's just hold this, twist this. I can hold here, I can hold here. Once again, working on my fine motor just to hold and to twist. Just keep twisting until it stops. You'll feel it. There, I think that's it. Oh, maybe not. Nope. There we go. Okay. There. And it kind of snugs up some of these beads as well. So very simple, very easy to work with. And we can get a whole bunch of these pencils or whatever. Check out the different products that I've been making showing these fine motor. Now, the other thing is, as I like to say, your fine motor work doesn't stop with the project. You have to, well, I mean, we can make another one because I have another one here, but you have to take the beads out of the container. Fine motor work is also using your pinchers and taking the beads and putting them in this, taking the beads and putting them away, taking these one at a time that I didn't use and putting them in there. If I wanted to go ahead and make this other one, I can pick, let's see, I have this orangey one. I can pick these. Let's see, let's pick this one. Let's pick this one. Should we do a green? No, let's do some of these peaches. But just getting them out of this container is very much working on your fine motor just to get all of these. Should we add a green? I don't know. Let's see. Let's pick some green. I don't know if we'll use it or not. But you can see all of that pincher work, just taking them out of here. Closing that up. Let's do one more. And for this one, I'm using the floral. I love these. I think they're so pretty. So let's do this. Now I have, and I've said this in other videos, I'm untwisting this. I have fine motor issues. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I have carpal tunnel, both wrists. And because of the EDS, my fingers will, like lock. and I have to come in and, you know, unlock them. If you've watched my craft videos, you may have seen me do that. I try and hide it, but in reality, that is a regular occurrence for me. And you can see my hands swell up a lot. So let's just start beading. You decide how you want your beads on here. So my point in telling you all of that is I come by this information naturally. I have had to relearn a lot of this type of stuff myself. So when I'm telling you I know the things that are great for pincher and all that type of fun stuff, it's because I've had to do it myself. I didn't add any green into this. I don't know. Do we want the green? Maybe not. I don't know. Now, in this case, I went a little bit beyond, but that's not a problem. What I can do is take these, I pinch them with this one and this one, pinch it, and I'm pulling it down. I'm pushing it into my palm. So that's giving me leverage. If I can't do that, I can push it into my desk, hold it down, take this, and spin this. I'm holding this part down, holding this, spinning this. Once I get this established, I'm going to hold here, I'm going to hold here, and I'm going to spin opposite. And like I said, just keep going until you can't. It was doing a lot of projects like this that helped me to gain better fine motor, hand-eye coordination. Am I perfect? No. Have I been doing this for more than 30 years because of my issues? Oh, yes, I have. Actually, it's been well over 30 years. So just keep giving it a twist. There we go. And there you have another mechanical pencil. It is great to work on your self-esteem, to give a gift to somebody that they can functionally use, have it, and remember you by. Or you can functionally use and say, yeah, I made that. Actually, let's do them this way so you can see them better. But how simple, easy, and fun is that project? Because you've made it, you accomplished it, and you can share it and show it and whatever. I find art to be a really good way to work on hand-eye coordination, to work on fine motor, to work on dexterity issues. Because art is something that you can share, you can show, you can give it as a gift, you can keep it and enjoy it yourself. Art is a really good way to work on therapy. Therapy is boring, let's face it. If you're going to do something fun and exciting, do something functionally fun and exciting. My little papers are falling over here. So there's our project for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more of these projects coming down the pike, and I have a whole bunch on my channel already. So check that out. Please check out my website, elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. I have a lot of products there for sale, as well as I have a show coming up in September. If you would like to attend, it's going to be in Portland, Maine. I'll have all the information on my website and on my social media. So you can go to Blue Sky and you can go to Instagram, Chrisanne1234, on Facebook, Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Take care and be free.